Walk and Talk Finance with David and Nikhil. Nikhil, there's a question I wanted to ask you, and I was going to save it for in person, perhaps for video, perhaps for not. But I wanted to kind of dive deeper into what motivates you and the psychology of money. And I know we've talked about the wanting to save, not always knowing why you're saving, but wanting to save because that's how you're raised. But also financial security, financial independence, taking care of your family. But I want to dive deeper. I'm really curious. Is there something about your upbringing? Did something happen? Was it your ethnicity, where you're from? Was it your parenthood? Was it praise? Was it fear? You know, is there anything kind of deeper that drives you? Certainly for me, it's a mixture of independence and fear of things being taken away.
Walk and Talk Financing, WTF with David and Nikhil. This is a pretty personal question, so let me take off the shades to answer this. What is the psychology driving me to do most of my financial decisions? This is a really interesting one. I think it first starts off with where I grew up. I grew up in Asia, so the number one thing is always save. I spent a lot of time trying to understand what I'm saving towards, and that was the next iteration, which, to be honest, I've only really come to in the last couple of years or so. What are you saving towards? What's the goal? The second piece is probably family. I recently found out that my dad keeps track of his accounts on a spreadsheet on a monthly basis. The reason I find this kind of interesting is because I do the exact same thing. I track my accounts on a monthly basis. I essentially audit them, make sure I'm on track, make sure I record the balances on a spreadsheet. I clearly didn't directly learn it from him, but indirectly I've definitely picked it up somehow. So maybe it's genetic. And then finally, I think similar to you, there is a certain fear. I'm always saving to hedge against something that's coming in the future. I do not know what that something is, but it's something that I'm always saving to protect myself. Part of that is also my family's grown up with the ethos of never take any financing, always pay for things up front, never take a loan unless you really, really have to. If you have to take a loan, it probably means you shouldn't be buying this product to begin with. It's an interesting ethos that my family's kind of taught me about, and it's something which I've always held true. Another family lesson is there's no such thing as a free lunch. If it's too good to be true, it usually is. So, as you can see, like, my family has a very conservative mentality. I don't think it's wrong. I embody a lot of that, and it takes into a lot of the decisions that I've taken. Clearly, you can see when I had a lump sum of money, I didn't do the fiscally responsible thing, which is like, keep my low interest mortgage and invest it. I did the more conservative thing, I would imagine, which is pay off your mortgage, make sure you have safety in the roof over your head. So yeah, it's all of these things kind of put together is what's really driven a lot of my financial decisions.